The Illinois juggernaut has taken Baltimore Country Club by storm. The Illini up a whopping 20 strokes, heading into the final round of the 2017 Big Ten Men's Golf Championships. Welcome to Baltimore Country Club and the Five Farms East Course, an A.W. Tillinghast design, annually ranked as one of the top courses in the country, and this year, the host of the Big Ten Men's Golf Championships. An early and important morning on the range for those in contention, such as the Illini, led by head coach Mike Small, Northwestern's Ryan Lumsden, under par in each of the first two rounds, and Ohio State's Will Grimmer starting the final day at even par. Still, everyone looking up at the Illini. Hey there, folks. Rick Pizzo joined, as always, by former Northwestern player and assistant coach Eric Ciotti. Eric, at this point, it's not a matter of who, it's a matter of by how much. Illinois set the pace on day one, and the Illini have never looked back.
Well, on the strength of Dylan Meyer's course record 63, Illinois gets off to fast starts. They typically do this in this event, and they don't look back.
Meyer, despite that 63, still trails his teammate Eduardo Liparelli by one shot beginning the final round. Same team, very different style of players.
Well, Dylan Meyer has a control about his game that you don't typically see from a lot of college players. He hits a lot of fairways. He's really good around the greens. Now, Eduardo Liparelli is more of a flashy player, more of a streaky player, really fueled by a lot of emotion and intensity, but he's channeled that very well this week.
Both those players trying to continue an Illini tradition. One member of that team has either won or shared the individual crown in each of the past 6 years. Still, to a man, the Illinois players talk about the team over the individual, and to build a 14-shot lead and fire 269 11 under, Meyer had to have some help.
Well, their stars came to play. Obviously, Dylan Meyer played very well, but Nick Hardy shot a 3 under 67, and Liparelli was under par as well.
Only 8 players under par in round one, but 14 players shot even par 70 or one over. Illinois didn't have the same type of day in round number 2, but still under par once again, and the lead expanded to 20 shots with just 18 holes to play.
There were some more challenging conditions in round 2. We didn't see quite the scoring that we saw in round 1.
Especially from Dylan Meyer, who followed up that course record 63 with a 73 and gave away the lead to teammate Eduardo Liparelli, a rock-solid 66 in round 2. Let's check out some highlights from round 2, starting with Indiana's Jake Brown and this approach into the very difficult par 4 ninth. Brown starting on the backside in round number 2. This his final hole of the day.
Well, Jake Brown doing everything he can to keep his Hoosiers in contention. Bit of a coming out party. Hasn't had a lot of success, but played very well this week.
A first round 70 followed up after this putt by a second round 69. Brown heading into the final round at 1 under par, 139. Ohio State's Will Grimmer also impressive this week. We pick up Grimmer's second round action at the par 3 7th. Nothing easy about this par 3.
Yeah, 7 playing straight up the hill. Will Grimmer making a bunch of birdies this week, hitting a lot of quality golf shots. You can see another one here just below the hole.
Just over 200 yards, and Grimmer leaving himself in perfect position to try and make the birdie. The putt would slide just by. Still, after a first round 69, it's a second round 71 for Will Grimmer, tied for 5th after 36 holes. Purdue's Austin Oaf seemingly has been around playing Big Ten golf forever as we pick up his action on the 7th as well.
Definitely a pre-tournament favorite. Unfortunately for Austin Oaf, he made 5 bogeys in his opening round and didn't make a birdie. Tough to recover from that start.
That tee shot on number 7, part of a much better second round. Oaf would knock home the birdie to shoot a round 2 69, still at 4 over par, likely too far out of the race for the individual medalist honor.
We'll give Oaf a lot of credit. He's really grinded and still tried to keep his team in the team hunt.
As impressive as Oaf's tee shot was on number 7, perhaps the best shot of round number 2 came from Connor Richardson, bunkered at the 17th. No green, no problem for Richardson. That birdie helping to a second round 71. He's at 1 over par heading into the final round. And his teammate Ryan Lumsden, from tee to green and everywhere in between, has been solid this weekend.
Well, I absolutely love this young kid's game. He's got a lot of confidence, speaks very well, and he's played the angles on this golf course very well. You can see him using the wind, getting that shot close to the hole.
Unfortunately for Lumsden, he would not be able to convert on the birdie putt, leaving him this short uphill tap-in for par. In rounds of 69, 69, 138, that's 2 under, heading in to the final round. After round 2, Ryan had a chance to chat with Mr. Ciotti.
We've been working really hard all season, and I think a lot of my confidence comes from practice, really getting good, efficient reps in practice, and then really seeing the results on the course, actually. You know, I was talking to Pat on the very last hole. Tough tee shot, but something that we've been really working on is getting that confidence up, and just being able to really pick a line, commit to it, and know that your game's good. I think that's one of the keys out here on such a tough golf course.
No question, Dylan Meyer was the story in round 1, but Eric, it is so difficult to follow up a course record type round with another solid round, and Meyer found that out in round number 2.
Well, you see this a lot even in the professional ranks. It really is. Everything went right in the first round, but he really had to fight and grind his way through the second.
From a popular spot in the right-hand rough on 18, Meyer actually bailed out by those trees. Otherwise, that ball was headed out of bounds. The chip shot, though, from the heavy rough, you're simply unable to control any type of spin.
Definitely a saved shot there, but you're right. Difficult to get it that close.
Meyer would go on to bogey the 18th and shoot a second round 73, 10 shots worse than his first round score. Michael Fiegels tried to pick up the slack for the Illini, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, showing some great touch out of the bunker.
Yeah, got it up and down a bunch in his second round, made 3 birdies and an eagle on 17.
Illinois would need Fiegels because Meyer wasn't the only Illini to struggle in round 2. Nick Hardy shot 67 in the first round, but this, one of the few highlights from his second round play, the approach into 18, terrific. Hardy, though, had nothing going with the flat stick in round 2. He would miss the birdie on his way to a second round 74, falling from 3 under to 1 over with 1 round to play. As Hardy and Dylan Meyer struggled, Eduardo Liparelli took advantage in the race for the individual title.
A great example about how players pick each other up on this team. Liparelli made 6 birdies in his first 12 holes, got off to a fantastic start, made a lot of headway on that front 9, and really lucked out and hit some great shots, like when you missed the fairway here in 18.
Up and over those trees that guard the right side of the 18th green, the prudent shot behind the hole, he would leave the birdie putt below the hole and then cash in for par here on 18. After rounds of 69 and 66, Liparelli is your individual leader and feels like he's figured out Baltimore Country Club.
This kind of golf course is leaving the ball in the right spot on the greens because they're very sloping, very fast, so you're always trying to get yourself uphill putts, and I managed to do that all right today, hit some good shots, and turned out pretty good.
So last year you had Thomas Dietrich and Charlie Danielson battling it out for the individual championship. How do you coach 2 players that are both vying for that individual title?
Well, when the team competition's close, you're in there helping as much as you can. If there is some cushion, as in past years we've had some cushion, I kind of stay out of their way and let them do it. I don't want any favoritism, if you will, and let them decide the championship. But I know for a fact both those guys aren't thinking about the individual championship. They're thinking about the team championship. Both those guys, the team comes first.
Both the team and individual championships are set to be decided when we come back. Up next on BTN, final round action from the 2017 Big Ten Men's Golf Championships.